Early in Warmachine, we had the different chassis for warjacks. So, you have a Reaper and a Slayer. They're on the same chassis. Well, the same applies to the Colossals.
Each nation has these new variants that they've been working on, rolling off the assembly line and stepping onto the battlefields for the first time, with the hope that they will prove the deciding factor in the continuing conflicts across Western Europe.
One of the interesting aspects with the Hurricane is it's intended to emphasize more storm technology, the generation of wind, of voltaic energy, and projecting that onto the battlefield rather than simply serving as a weapons platform for a variety of big guns.
The lightning pod launcher and the storage bays for the lightning pods have been replaced with a new arc node, as well as a turbulence generator. The primary weapon of this new Signarin Colossal is the Storm Emitter. It has one Storm Emitter in each arc, and these weapons have very high POW, but they also have the potential to push back opposing targets and hold them at a distance while the rest of your army is brought to bear.
One of the great things about the Revelator is that everything you need to know about it is pretty much encapsulated in its name. It is all about revealing things. It's about bringing the fire and the light of Menoth to the battlefield so that the true believers can take out the darkness.
The Revelator's Feretory allows it to see through stealth, and its abilities also allow it to mark out stealth models to allow other things in the army to then destroy them as well.
So the Revelator can kind of reveal the enemy, which can then be, of course, lit on fire, which is the primary method of war for the Protectorate. The Victor's a new Khadoran Colossal that's intended to be something of a walking siege engine.
The prime focal point is just this massive gun that's it's the size of a juggernaut, right? It's so big.
Instead of the Conquest's main guns, we now have the Siege Mortar, a large, very long range, but inaccurate weapon that has a variety of attack types.
So if you want to make a 5-inch rough terrain feature, you can do that. If you want to take down the defense of enemy models hit by the template, you can do that too. And last but not least, if you want to set everything under that template on fire, you can choose that as well.
Siege Mortar. Victor blow stuff up real good.
The Sepulcher is more of a walking factory, a walking necrofactorium, where it can create thralls basically on the battlefield in the middle of the action.
These enemy bodies can then be transformed into more Mechanothralls or even Brute Thralls to enhance the Crixian army and take down their enemies.
Basically, it enables Crix to kind of be regenerating its own army as it's fighting. So that's sort of a very different role than kind of the snatch and grab nature of the Kraken.
The Helios is a real enigma, not just when compared to the Hyperion, but when compared to any other Colossal in the game. This is the only Colossal that does not have a ranged weapon that causes damage.
The Starburst Cannon has been replaced with a Tractor Beam. And while this attack does no damage, the implications that it can cause on the enemy are huge, because now you can push an enemy model that's directly hit by the Tractor Beam 3 inches in any direction you want. So you can open up charge lanes, you can pull models that were too far out of charge range closer to you.
It also has several Force Gate abilities. These are more force effects that enable it to manipulate the battlefield, protecting itself or enhancing its allies.
Basically, the Colossal was developed by House Shail to augment the core principles of their battle mages. The Prime Conflux is focused more on voltaic energy.
It has electrical defenses, electrical offenses, launches electrical servitors. It really hones in on that element of what the Convergence of Cirrus can do and cranks up those themes.
Just like its sister, the Prime Axiom, the Prime Conflux does host a number of servitor launch bays. Unlike the Prime Axiom though, the Conflux specifically focuses on one type of servitor, and that's the ionization servitor.
The ionization servitors that the Prime Conflux launches increase the electrical damage anywhere near them. This combos perfectly with the Prime Conflux itself, because so many of its attacks have electrical damage.
The Convergence is able to take some of the natural energies and through their machinery are able to kind of transform that into different energy states, one of which is electricity, which happens to work as a very nice weapon to electrocute your foes.
The process of creating these new Colossals has been both challenging and rewarding, and I can't wait to see... Well, what is it? I'm in the middle of an interview.
I've got that thing you were asking about.